Listen, learn, create your own destiny. Create the life you want. See the future, want the future, have it now. Welcome to the Manifest Change podcast. And here's your host, Brooklyn Storme.
Hi everybody, and welcome to season 2 of the Manifest Change podcast. It has been just such a whirlwind of action and activity since I saw you last. So what I wanted to talk with you about today though was something that happened in my business just this week, and it's around visibility. So visibility, I know it sounds so boring. I even want to put myself to sleep when I think about visibility in business. And I think that's because in the past, I just used to think to myself, oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner. I just don't have time to make myself a coffee, let alone find time to work on my visibility. And so for that reason, I had just so much resistance around it. And even the other thing that I used to do was look at what everybody else was doing. And I used to see these people in different Facebook groups that were, I don't know, to me, they just seemed obsessed with doing all of this stuff around their marketing. And it just felt so, I don't know, incongruent, I guess, with how I was viewing marketing and visibility. And so, I had this big wall up around it. I had just so much resistance. But guess what? You know, sometimes you just kind of get in your own way, don't you? And you don't even realize it. For those of you who are coaches and therapists and psychologists, I'm sure we're all, just so amazing at helping other people get out of their own ways. But when it comes to our own stuff, it's a whole other story, isn't it? But so what happened for me was, I'm all over Facebook. But in January this year, I had this light bulb moment and I thought to myself, I love manifesting so much. I love helping people with their businesses so much. And I love education and sharing knowledge with people so much that I needed to focus that a little bit more. So that's why you would have seen, for those of you who were in the Manifest Change group, I shut that down. I left all the posts up as an archived group, so you can still go in there and see the content. We just can't post to be active anymore. But I just felt it was very broad, and I wanted to be more targeted this year in how I was approaching manifesting and clients. So that's why we opened up a new group, and it's called the Business Unleashed Tribe. And I love it. And it has been going, I think really well. It opened, I think, the last week of January. And as I'm talking to you now, I'm in the second week of April, and we have nearly 500 members. Each day we're getting about 10 or so new people joining, and the feedback and the engagement has been really good. Sometimes I look in the group and I think to myself, oh, no one's commenting, or I think only 6 people liked that post, or I think only 33 people read that post. But then, and I question myself, I think, how can I make it better? What needs to change here so that I can get more engagement? And so I've been adapting how I show up in the group, and it's around taking that aligned action. So thinking, well, what's my goal? Well, my goal is, of course, that I want to share knowledge with people, and I want to share it with as many people as I possibly can. I don't have a particular figure in mind. I'm not one of those people that just plucks numbers out of the air. I can't say to you, in all honesty, oh, I want 1 million people in our group by the 30th of December. It's just, that means nothing to me. What I'm more interested in is the change. So I'm happy having a group with 10 people as long as they're all changing and they're all using and implementing and getting outcomes, versus 1 million people who it's just white noise. And I go into some other groups on Facebook, or I look at some other pages on Facebook, and I've got more members than my little group, but there's no engagement. Nothing's happening. I'm like, what's going on here? This does not make any sense to me. Anyway, I've gone way off track, but I wanted to talk with you about visibility. So one of the things that I've been doing, even without it wasn't my intention to be visible. I didn't have a goal of increasing my visibility. The visibility came about for me as a byproduct of sharing. And so I asked my group, what they wanted, and I committed to delivering content to them on a daily basis. And so I do that. And I always seek feedback, even though it's such a young group. I have sought feedback from them about what they've liked, what they haven't liked, what kind of posts they enjoy. Now, some like videos, some like written. So that's fine. So I do both. And I don't do a video every day, but I do it like every other day. And I do put a proper post in there every day. They also like things like challenges. So, I'm putting together a challenge for them about how to attract clients in 21 days. And so that challenge is going to happen in the next few weeks. I'm just putting good content together now that's going to be really useful that they can use for the challenge and afterwards, of course, so that they can continue to attract the right types of clients. But what I've noticed is that by being visible in that group, and from time to time, I will do a video or a post and share it on my personal profile or, on one of my other business pages. What I've noticed is that people come to me now. I don't do much advertising. I do often put the link to my group as a comment. But I don't run Facebook ads for my group. I don't say to people, get your friends to join. I don't do anything like that. But I think just because I've been showing up consistently, what's happening now is people approach me and, I'll often just get a message out of the blue on Messenger or an email through the contact form on my website or something. People will just get in touch and they'll say, can you tell me more about coaching? I need a coach and I've been following you for a while. And this is the other thing too, like when you're putting yourself out there, I know some people freak out about getting heckled, or some people freak out about saying the wrong thing or upsetting someone or getting judged and, all of that sort of stuff and not having the perfect content. But really, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't believe there is any such thing as the perfect content for everybody because we're all unique, we're all individual, and for that reason, we all like different things and different stories resonate with us. But when you're organising your content, I think you just stick with what feels right for you. You talk about the things that you are passionate talking about. And, when you do this, you kind of end up creating yourself as an authority figure in the online space if you do it consistently. And don't worry about people who don't like you or who judge you or who say bad things and stuff like that. I mean, trust me, I've been doing this meaning be more present online and do videos and stuff. I've been doing them regularly now for about 18 months. And it's only been a handful of times I've had any problems with people. But you know what? That's fine. I mean, think about all the other people that didn't have a problem or that benefited or that I helped. And I'm comfortable enough in my own skin not to take on board what other people do or say. And I really honestly believe that it says more about them than it does about me or my content when people want to say mean things or not be very nice. But anyway, if you want to start attracting more clients into your business, absolutely. One of the essential elements for that is going to be looking at what you're doing now to be visible. How is your audience seeing you? Are they getting your newsletter? Are they seeing you on a Facebook Live? Are they just visiting your website? Stuff like that. Really just take a step back and think about how a client might find you. Are they just going to, like lots of clients obviously will Google you, but that's coming usually through word of mouth, or they'll just do a Google search for someone in their area that does X, Y, or Z, whether it's coaching or psychology or whatever. But for you to build a following, you need that following in order to be able to sell to those people, because you're not going to be able to sell to people who've never heard from you. So have a look at your diary and see if there's half an hour in the day, one day a week, where you're most productive. Don't squeeze it into a lunch hour or anything like that. But maybe you get to work half an hour early, or you stay back half an hour one night, something like that, or you do it in your admin time, and you pick one thing that you really, really, really love doing. Okay, you don't have to be like me. You don't have to be, doing 2 blogs and 2 websites and 4 Facebook pages and 3 groups. And you don't have to be doing all of that. It's too much when you're just starting. Pick one thing that you really, really, really enjoy doing, whether that's speaking online, whether it's writing an article, whether it's writing a newsletter, whether it's doing a free call for something. I don't know, maybe you really do love putting together Facebook ads. Maybe you want to write a LinkedIn article. It doesn't matter. Just pick one thing that you really enjoy doing, and do it on a topic that you really love talking about. You don't have to be an expert in it. Just, I guess, for people listening, they pick up on your passion and they want to hear from somebody who really loves what they're doing. And that comes out in the way you talk about things, in your tone of voice, in your pitch, in how fast or slowly you speak, and all of that sort of good stuff. So if you're a psychologist, for example, and you think, oh, I'd really love to do a podcast, but I don't have anything to talk about, I would just say, well, why don't you have a think about things that light you up? Like, think about what inspires you. Think about what you did on the weekend that made you truly happy. Think about a challenge that you overcame yourself, whatever. It doesn't have to be just about psychology. And if you're in coaching, it doesn't have to be just about coaching. The purpose of being more present for an audience is so that they can know who you are, so that they can connect with you, so that they can feel like there's some relationship there with you. And that's what it's like from their side. From my side, just personally speaking, I love, love, love gathering education, gathering tools, gathering knowledge, distilling it down into the relevant things that my tribe need to hear or that my clients need to hear. And then I love delivering that, sharing that with them, my accountant and I were doing the maths the other day, and I've spent, in the last 12 months, would you believe, $75,000 on courses, coaches, God knows what. So I've been on this really, really, really big learning curve. It's just been massive. And I'm slowing down now. But I've been on this huge learning curve, and there's so much I didn't know. And now what I love to do is share that in a way that's meaningful, in a way that people can create change for themselves in their business, in their life, in a way that really resonates for them. And that's my passion. So that's what I do. And I've really, 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 really missed doing the podcast. And the reason that I had a break from it was because, as you know, if you already follow me, I'm all about flow, and I'm all about inspiration and aligned action. And for the last few months, it's been on my mind, but it's just felt like a push, and I don't want to do anything that I don't want to do. That sounds so bad, but I don't. I just want to do things that I love doing all the time. And so if that means sometimes I can put something over there while I focus my attention over here, and vice versa, then that's what I do. And so anyway, I'm here now, and I want to create this season's podcast for the next, however long, all about how to attract clients in your business. And today's takeaway for you guys is to really think about your visibility. And if you want any help or any support and you're not in my tribe yet, please do check out the show notes. please leave a review for me on iTunes. Tag me in a comment or a post. I read them all. I just want to help as many people as I can that are interested in learning about how they can make business easier and lighter for them. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being so patient with me with the space in between the episodes. But I promise I'll be here more consistently. And thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Take steps now to manifest the life you want by checking out the show notes. If you've loved this episode, leave a review on iTunes. Here's to manifesting change.